Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm Poonam Dua from MN Education Academy of Literature, and today we are going to cover a very important topic, one of the earliest works of feminist philosophy, A Vindication of Rights of Women by Mary Wollstonecraft. I will try to provide you a very detailed information about the topic so that you are able to write properly in your exams. Please do not forget to share and subscribe the channel first. This is an important subtopic of women's writing and is taught in many universities like Central University of Kashmir, Delhi University, Shivaji University of Kolhapur, IGNOU. For IGNOU, I know it is part of MEG 05 subjects, and for competitive students as well. For competitive students, I will add MCQ part in the end too, and this video will be in total 3 parts. First part we will cover 6 chapters, second part we will cover rest of the 7 chapters, and in the last part we will cover MCQs. One tip for my students is that do not run for any kind of shortcuts. Always study the topic yourself, make your own notes. So here I am to teach you this subject, A Vindication of the Rights of Women with Strictures on Political and Moral Subjects. सबसे पहले तो किसी भी टॉपिक को आप करने जा रहे हैं उसके टाइटल का मतलब समझिए. यहाँ पर बाकी सब वर्ड्स तो थोड़े से सिंपल हैं. ओनली विंडिकेशन एंड स्ट्रिक्चर, दीज सीम टू बी डिफरेंट. विंडिकेशन का मतलब होता है इन इंग्लिश, इफ आई से द एक्शन ऑफ क्लियरिंग समवन ऑफ ब्लेम और एनी काइंड ऑफ सस्पिशन. और अगर हम हिंदी डिक्शनरी मीनिंग की तरफ जाएं तो डिक्शनरी में यू विल फाइंड द वर्ड्स लाइक साबित करना, सिद्ध करना, दोष मुक्त करना. इन easy language you can say to provide a clean chit of something. Next was stricture. Stricture is a restriction on a person or activity, or you can say condemnation or criticizing something. Hindi meaning will say ninda, alochna, or in simple language again we can say a critical sort of analysis of something is called strictures. बेसिकली वी कैन से कि फीमेल्स के राइट्स को प्रोटेक्ट किया गया है बाय द राइटर फ्रॉम सोसाइटी एंड पॉलिटिक्स. अब जानते हैं मेरी वुllstonecraft को. मेरी वुllstonecraft, द मैरिड नेम मेरी वुllstonecraft Godwin. She was an English writer, philosopher and advocate of women's rights. As I just told by the title, it is quite evident. English writer and passionate advocate of educational and social equality of women. Born on 27 April 1759 and died 19 September 1797. Brought up by an abusive father, she left home at the early age and dedicated herself to the life of writing. She taught at schools and worked as a governess, and these experience of working inspired her views and thoughts on the education of daughters, which she published in 1787. In 1788, she began working as a translator for the London publisher Joseph Johnson, who published many of her works, including the novel Mary a Fiction in 1788. And this is one of our mature work which we are talking about today. On women's place in society is A Vindication of the Right of Women, published in 1792. Which calls for women and men to be educated equally. Although she has written many other books, but she is best known for this one. Whenever in the mind of any literary person, Mary Wollstonecraft's name strikes, this is the first book that the person thinks of. So she is best known for this work, which was published in 1792, in which she argues that women are not naturally inferior to men, but appear to be same only because they lack education. She suggests that both men and women should be treated as same rational being, as same product of same God. This is a great groundbreaking work of literature which still echoes in terms of feminism and in terms of human rights movements even today. It was written in 1791 and published 1792. I am telling you date again and again so that you may not forget it. And it had a second edition appearing the same year 1792 only. Wollstonecraft's argument were often far ahead of her own time. For example, एक एग्जाम्पल देती हूँ मैं आपको चैप्टर 12 का जो कि एजुकेशन से रिलेटेड था चैप्टर. इन चैप्टर 12 शी recommends that establishment of a national education system to operate mixed sex schools. That means ki she is supporting co-education, which was a far idea of that time. She also argues that it is essential for women's dignity that they be given the right and ability to earn their own living and support themselves. Remember, we are talking about 1792. So in 1792 she used to have such a liberal thought. अब जानते हैं ऐसा हुआ क्या कि शी वॉज प्रॉम्प्टेड टू राइट 13 चैप्टर्स इन सपोर्ट ऑफ फीमेल एजुकेशन, फीमेल इक्वालिटी. She was prompted to write The Right of Women after reading Charles Maurice de Talleyrand Perigord's 1791 report to French National Assembly. Who is this person? That we will come to know later on in this video. Let us concentrate at present what happened. So this report actually stated that women should only receive a domestic education. खाना कैसे बनाना है, कपड़े कैसे धोने हैं, and all that. And from her reaction to this specific event, she launched a broad attack against sexual double standards, indicating men for encouraging women to indulge in excessive emotion. So she was angry after reading it कि why women are always told to be emotional, told to be sacrificing, told to be loving, caring and sharing. Why emotions are so much attached, so much imposed on a woman, not on a men, and why women are deprived of formal education. अब जानते हैं उस पर्सन के बारे में जिसकी वजह से हम ये पूरा वीडियो देख रहे हैं. चार्ल्स मॉरिस. ही वॉज अ फ्रेंच पॉलिटिशियन एंड डिप्लोमेट एंड अ प्रोफिशिएंट इन थियोलॉजी स्टडीज, religious studies you can say in simple language. After doing these studies, he became agent general of the clergy in 1780 and represented the Catholic Church. So he was from the religious side of the society, we can say. वुलस्टनक्राफ्ट ने अपना ये वर्क चार्ल्स मॉरिस को ही डेडिकेट किया है. एंड इन द बिगिनिंग शी राइट्स, having read with great pleasure a pamphlet which you lately published, I dedicate this volume to you, to induce you to reconsider the subject and maturely weigh what I have advanced respecting the rights of women and national education. I hope she wanted the person to reconsider his viewpoints. Now let us go through the introduction of vindication. Introduction की शुरुआत में ही बताया गया है कि फीमेल्स की जो भी पोजीशन है सोसाइटी में, दैट इज़ लार्जली टू ब्लेम टू द नेग्लेक्ट ऑफ गर्ल्स एजुकेशन. लड़कियों को पढ़ा कर क्या करना है, इन्हें तो शादी ही करनी है. इस व्यू पॉइंट की वजह से बहुत सारी फीमेल्स यही नहीं समझ पाती हैं कि उनके साथ कब क्या गलत हो रहा है, और अगर गलत हो भी रहा है तो उसके अगेंस्ट स्टेप क्या लेना है. दे आर ट्रीटेड एज सबॉर्डिनेट बीइंग्स हु केयर ओनली अबाउट बीइंग अट्रैक्टिव, ओनली अबाउट बीइंग एलिगेंट, ओनली अबाउट बीइंग मीक. सर झुकाकर बात करनी है, किसी से भी सर नहीं उठाना है. तो दे काइंड ऑफ बाय इनटू दिस ऑपरेशन. उनको लगता है कि अच्छा हमें तो ऐसे ही करना है, इसके अलावा कुछ करने के लिए हम बने ही नहीं हैं. दे डू नॉट हैव द टूल्स टू विंडिकेट देयर फंडामेंटल राइट्स और द अवेयरनेस दैट दे आर इन सच अ कंडीशन. तो कंडीशन को ठीक करना तो बहुत दूर की बात है. दे डू नॉट इवन नो कि जिस कंडीशन में वो हैं वो गलत है. तो उनको उस गलत का एहसास भी नहीं कराया जाता. उनको ये बताया जाता है कि यू आर मेंट फॉर दिस काइंड ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट, यू आर मेंट टू सेक्रीफाइस, यू आर मेंट टू टेक केयर ऑफ योर फैमिली, यू आर मेंट टू बी इमोशनल ओनली. यू डू नॉट हैव एनी राइट्स टू आर्ग्यू, यू डू नॉट हैव एनी राइट्स टू थिंक रैशनली. सो चैप्टर 1 की तरफ बढ़ते हैं. चैप्टर 1 जिसका टाइटल है द राइट्स एंड इन्वॉल्व ड्यूटीज ऑफ मैनकाइंड कंसिडर. In this first chapter, Wollstonecraft tackles some of the major reasons why women are subjugated. Subjugated का मतलब होता है किसी का दमन करना, किसी को दबाना. So she tackles some of the major reasons why women are subjugated: prejudice, lack of education, lack of ability to take on a profession, their own silliness, and a governmental structure that does not produce enough power to the females. In the first chapter, she promotes reason and rationality. तो पहले ही चैप्टर में वो कहती है कि फीमेल्स को एटलीस्ट इतना केपेबल बनाना चाहिए कि वो एक रीज़न दे सकें अपनी कंडीशन को, वो एक रैशनल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से सोच सकें. शी ऑल्सो एस्टैब्लिशेस द बेसिस दैट all human beings are capable of virtue, capable of having any kind of quality they want to practice, which is only attainable through knowledge, and knowledge is attainable through education. चैप्टर 2 की तरफ बढ़ते हैं. द प्रिवेलिंग ओपिनियन ऑफ अ सेक्सुअल कैरेक्टर. Many arguments have been put forth in the society to justify man's tyranny over women and explain how women are unable to attain virtue due to their insufficient strength. She believes that God has created human beings with souls capable of virtue. वर्च्यू वर्ड बहुत ज़्यादा रिपीट हो रहा है, तो लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड दिस वर्ड फर्स्ट. दिस मीन्स गुड क्वालिटीज़, मॉरलिस्टिक क्वालिटीज़, ऑल दी पॉजिटिव वैल्यूज़ एसोसिएटेड विद समबडी. सो ट्रेडिशनली क्या होता था उस टाइम में कि एक फ़ीमेल की एजुकेशन सिर्फ उसकी मैरिज की डायरेक्शन में होती थी कि यू हैव टू गो एंड गेट मैरिड समडे, तो लर्न ऑल दोज थिंग्स विच अ मैरिड वुमेन इज सपोज टू लर्न. But Wollstonecraft argues that this keeps women dependent and in an इन्फेंट काइंड ऑफ स्टेट, कि एक फ़ीमेल कभी बड़ी ही नहीं हो पाती है, हमेशा किसी और के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से, किसी और की डायरेक्शन के हिसाब से ही सोचना पड़ता है एक फ़ीमेल को. बीइंग एजुकेटेड विद द गोल ऑफ वर्च्यू लीड्स टू इंडिविजुअल फ्रीडम, ऑल्सो अंडरलाइनिंग हर पॉलिटिकल बिलीफ इन लिबर्टी. She demonstrates the inadequacy of the argument that women must be inferior to men because they have traditionally been subjugated to men. तो she says कि females inferior सिर्फ इसीलिए हैं अपनी qualities में because since the ages they have always been subjugated by men. Chapter 3 की तरफ बढ़ते हैं. The same subject continues. In this chapter, she asserts that bodily strength is something that seems to give man a natural superiority over women. The only solid base on which the superiority of the sex can be built by males. But if strength is good, why women are so proud of being delicate, being weak and being emotional? How can a woman be any good as a wife and mother if she must spend all her time protecting herself from illness? तो फीमेल अगर इतनी ही फिज़िकली वीक हैं तो फिर उनको किसी भी और काम पर लगाया ही क्यों जाता है, उनको पूरी फैमिली की देखभाल करने की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ही क्यों दी जाती है. Wollstonecraft thinks it's true that men are physically stronger than women, but women have been encouraged to weaken themselves deliberately and turn that weakness into a desirable attribute कि तुम वीक बनो, हम तुम्हें सेव करेंगे. Chiefly because it allows them to attract and flatter men, but she argues it's nonsense to turn a negative thing into something praiseworthy in itself. अगर हम कह रहे हैं कि वीक है और वो वीक होना ही हम उनकी क्वालिटीज़ बता रहे हैं, तो दिस इज़ अ काइंड ऑफ hypocrisy. The only way to undermine the prejudiced system is to enable women to exercise their mental faculties, exercise their mind, have some kind of education, allowing them to discern the difference, find the difference between reason and find out their own opinions. Chapter 4. Observations on the state of degradation to which women is reduced by various causes. In this chapter, she says that women have been degraded by society, by lack of education, and by the attitudes of men. Society and the attitudes of men work together to prevent a comprehensive education for girls and women. In a footnote, she offers a few examples of rare female intellectuals who have risen above social prejudices, including ancient Greek poet Sappho, medieval thinker Helois, and Russia's Catherine the Great. Sappho was a Greek poet from the island of Lesbos, and Helois was a French nun, writer, and scholar, and Catherine the Great was Empress of Russia from 1762 to 1796. Next chapter, chapter number 5, animated version on some of the writers who have rendered women's object of pity bordering on contempt. So, एनिमेट वर्जन्स का मतलब समझ लेते हैं पहले. इसका मतलब है क्रिटिसिज्म. Wollstonecraft in this chapter discusses several authors whose work she deplores or she criticizes for its depiction of women as weak and a pitiful character. She begins with Rousseau, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, who was a Genevan philosopher, writer, and composer, whose Rousseau's character of Sophia in his novel Emily exemplifies the most deleterious traits a woman could possess. Rousseau's views on women are, as Wollstonecraft sees them, women should be weaker and more passive than men due to their physical inferiority. This is what Rousseau says. So, Wollstonecraft criticizes this kind of viewpoint from authors. Next, she attacks Fordyce, a Scottish minister. Fordyce, a Scottish minister whose 1766 collection of sermons was very popular, she did not find the sermons worthy. That was her choice. She thinks that such kind of sentimental works or sermons would not be appealing if women understood their self-worth. Wollstonecraft thinks Fordyce's description of women as leveled by meekness and docility into one character of yielding softness in gentle compassion. मतलब बात वहीं की एक फीमेल को बिल्कुल gentle, soft और full of compassion, full of kindness, full of sacrifice, ये सब होना चाहिए. And she says it is impossible and unrealistic. She does not think he intends any harm to society by saying these kind of things, but so many people read his books and she feels compelled to respond that why female should only be soft. In the next section of the same chapter, she attacks Dr. Gregory. In section 3, basically, Dr. Gregory's legacy to his daughter is addressed. Dr. John Gregory was a Scottish doctor and moralist whose instructions to his daughter were published and became very popular after his death. Wollstonecraft argues that Gregory just imposes rules without acknowledging that women have ability to do much more. Women have got ability to be called a human being beyond being a soft creature only, and women have got ability to reason for themselves. Continues her criticism towards writer, and next she turns to letter written by Lord Chesterfield. Lord Chesterfield was a British statesman, diplomat and a man of letters, and these letters were written to his son, which became a popular manual for the education of young men. She objects to it, saying the art of acquiring an early knowledge of the world, asking why young men should be expected to develop wisdom about the world at young एज. सिर्फ लड़कों को ही छोटी एज से पढ़ाई शुरू करनी क्यों चाहिए, गर्ल्स को क्यों नहीं. Wollstonecraft does not just critique the way girls are educated but the educational system as a whole. In her view, wisdom has too often been regarded as something that can be gained by males, that can be gained by the man of this world. This should be the fundamental rights of a female too, according to her. We have reached to chapter 6, which is the last chapter of this video. Next chapter we will cover in the next part of the video. Okay, chapter 6 की बात करते हैं. The effect which an early association of ideas has upon the character. She thinks the insufficient education women receive coupled with their subordinate states in the society render them defected. तो एक तो पहले ही उनको इन्फीरियर माना जाता है, दूसरे उनको एजुकेशन सिर्फ अपनी उसी इन्फीरियोरिटी, सो कॉल्ड इन्फीरियोरिटी को कंटिन्यू रखने के लिए दी जाती है कि यू हैव टू बी अ मदर, यू हैव टू बी अ डॉटर, यू हैव टू बी अ डॉटर इन लॉ एंड सो एंड यू दिस आर योर ड्यूटीज़. यू डू नॉट हैव टू बी एजुकेटेड इन द फॉर्मल सेंस, यू हैव टू बी एजुकेटेड टू बी अ वाइफ, टू बी अ डॉटर in law, to be a mother. So early associations and ideas tend to have a determinate effect upon their characters, and she concludes this chapter by saying that cultivating reason should be one of humanity's top priorities because the right use of reason alone makes us independent of everything. तो she actually feels कि females को formal education ना देकर उनको completely handicap और completely dependent बना दिया जाता है. They are not able to make a difference between right and wrong. So this actually should be done. Females also should be associated with education since their early age. I hope this part has been helpful, and soon we will come up with the second part of this video. Please keep checking this space. And this topic is not only important for a literature student but also important for, I believe, every human being of this world. So thanks a lot for watching and best of luck for your exams.